America's team, the Detroit freaking Lions. Let's go.
You are Locked On Lions, your daily Detroit Lions podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
It is a Postcast edition, everybody, of the Locked On Lions podcast right here on the Locked On Podcast Network. Matt Dery with you at the stroke of midnight. It's Sunday night, January 8th, and a Monday, January 9th. Welcome into the Postcast edition. If you're driving to work on a Monday morning, thank you for joining us and doing this. This is emotional for me. I was really into this game. This was the most game I've been into in a long, long time. I did not grow up here. I am not a born and raised Lions fan. I'm not as hardcore as you guys. But I wanted this so bad for this audience and for our audience watching on YouTube, listening, wherever you get your podcasts. This meant something tonight. I loved every minute of that. The Lions won. The Lions knocked Aaron Rodgers and the Packers out of the playoffs. NBC and God bless Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth and them, they were doing what they had to do. All right. They're showing Aaron Rodgers walk off the field. They're showing Randall Cobb, and this is it. Is this it for Rodgers? What about the Detroit Lions? The laughingstock of the NFL for decades. A 3-win team last year with this clown coach biting kneecaps. Oh, he's a blockhead. They just went into Lambeau Field and oh my God, I want to say so many things right now that I can't say. 20-16, Lions win, pounding Green Bay into submission at the end of this game and ending the season at 9-8. And the biggest travesty of all is that this team doesn't play next week. Are the Lions a playoff team and a giant contender? And can they win the Super Bowl? Probably not. But you know what? This league isn't that good. The Lions in 2 years are right there. Like they would have played San Francisco. So it's Seattle instead. I got news for you. San Francisco is breathing a huge sigh of relief tonight. They don't have to play and face the freaking Lions because the Lions are a goddamn machine right now. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that or allowed to say that, but whatever. I know that David Locke, the proprietor of Locked On Podcast Network, told us about a year ago to stop swearing, so I'm not going to swear. But I am so fired up. That was awesome tonight. The Detroit Lions for 2 years. This is what's so great about sports. This is why I'm into this. This is why my voice is cracking. I wish I was talking to you guys about the teams that I love the most. The Cleveland Guardians and Syracuse basketball. Those are the two teams I love the most. But you know what? Tonight I'm in the body of a Lions fan that's been going through this crap for so long. This was so awesome tonight to watch. This is what they've been building for 2 years. This is what this new regime said they would do. We want to be in the biggest games, and in the fourth quarter, we want to smash people, and we want to outlast the other team, and that's what they did. This is what football is tonight. The Lions were pushing Green Bay around, the big bad Packers, and Lambeau. They can't go into Lambeau and win on a Sunday night, and golly gee, it's 9-3. I don't know if they can do this. They freaking did it. With a cast-off quarterback that the Rams didn't want, with players from previous regimes of this organization, including guys like Taylor Decker, Alex Anzalone making plays, Amani Oruwariye, who's probably not even going to be on the team next year. But at the end of the game, he was out there. He was making plays. That was awesome tonight. They're running hook and ladder plays on 2nd and 14 with a minute to go. And it works. And the Packers are doing SOL stuff the Lions used to do. Remember when Ndamukong Suh was stepping on people or guys were smashing people and getting penalties? And the Packers were doing that. Quay Walker of the Packers was shoving Lions trainers on the field. Number 90 elbows DeAndre Swift in the head, no call. Lions played through all that stuff. I told you, I warned you about the officiating all week. The Lions were going to get hosed, and they did a couple of times. And it's like, oh my God, are you kidding me? John Kaminsky, hands to the face on the interception. Except if you watch the play, he was dipping his arms to try to go around, and he wasn't taking his hand and shoving this guy's face on purpose. They got caught up. That happens almost on every play. DeAndre Swift is on his knees being tackled, and number 90, the Packers, smashes him with a forearm shiver to the face. No call. Now, they ended up calling Walker for the shove of the athletic trainer, but still. But they played through all of it. They grinded it out. And in the end, Dan Campbell up 4 said, screw the field goal. I'm not giving him the ball back. And on 4th down, Goff hits DJ Chark and ends the game. The Lions ended the game. How many times for 6-7 years have I been doing this podcast, or when I worked at 105.1, or when I worked at The Ticket, or when I worked at WDFN, did we always say, man, when are the Lions going to run out the clock on a team? When are the Lions going to put a team away? They never do that. How about tonight? They pimp slapped the Packers. God, that was awesome. And I know there are Lion fans out there. Oh, they didn't make the playoffs. Oh, just wait. I'm not going to watch until the Fords sell the team. Stop. There's something brewing that down there at 222. There's something brewing at Rodwood Drive. Rod, stay out of the way. Please let the football people continue to do what they do. Have you looked at this Brad Holmes draft, Lions fans? My God, these guys are all over the place. They're awesome. Aiden Hutchinson, 1st-round picks, a star. Kirby Joseph, 3rd-round picks, a star. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 4th-round pick last year, is a star. They got really good players all of a sudden, and they're all young. Oh, my God. Matt Dery with you on Locked On Lions. I don't know what I set up and what I said, but it's awesome to be here on a Postcast edition. Lions win 20-16 over the Green Bay Packers. Seattle Seahawks go to the playoffs. I don't even want to talk about Seahawks Rams from earlier today and all that BS that took place. I'm not going to get into that. It's too bad the Lions aren't going to San Francisco Saturday. That would be so cool. But they're right there, folks. They are right there. Shame on me for not picking them to win. You want to blast me? Blast me. I deserve it. The Lions are the better team. They swept Green Bay. Oh, but Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs. Oh, shut up. Will this be Aaron Rodgers' last game? No one cares. Please go, Aaron. Please, please go. I'm begging you. I'm so tired of watching him gag in January. He's a great player. I get it. But, is he going to go on Pat McAfee and talk about seances and ayahuasca? And Aaron, you got swept by the Lions, bro. Sorry. Jameson Williams was asking him for his jersey after the game. I think I'm going to hold on to this one because Aaron's going to play games with the Packers about his contract. Womp, womp, womp. No one cares. Lions ended the game. Lions got sacks. Lions had takeaways. Kirby Joseph with the pick. Lions were running creative plays. Jamal Williams broke Barry Sanders' touchdown record. Barry Sanders. He's got 17 touchdowns this year, Jamal Williams. That's pretty good. Unbelievable. We'll hand out game balls. We're on Twitter at Dery Speaks, at Locked On Lions, Matt Dery Facebook fan page, on YouTube on Locked On Lions channel. If you're watching on YouTube and you haven't subscribed yet, get on it. Please join the party. Please. I cannot wait for tomorrow's show. I can't wait for Tuesday's show. I can't wait for next season already. I'm so excited. This was exciting. I know they finished 9-8. That's not great. Start of the year, I told you, I think they're going to win 7 games, but the over-under was 6.5. They went from 3-13-1 to 9-8. They played a pretty tough schedule, too. They had to play the AFC East. They had to play the NFC East. It's good teams all up and down those divisions. And they handled their business. It was awesome. Just awesome. Man. Locked On Lions brought to you by Tommy John Loungewear, pajamas and underwear. Winter mornings are brutal. Here's my tip for tackling the day in comfort. Grab new Tommy John Loungewear and take cozy wherever you go. Tommy John Loungewear, pajamas, and underwear have dozens of comfort innovations like luxuriously soft tri-blend and micro-model fabrics with 4-way stretch and no lint balls or fuzz. With over 20 million pairs sold and thousands of 5-star reviews, people love Tommy John. That's why Tommy John doesn't have customers. They have fanatics, all right? Check out their underwear and anything else that they have. It's amazing. Their pajamas are so freaking soft. They sent me some a while ago. I wear them all the time. Get 20% off your first order at TommyJohn.com/lockedon. 20% off right now at TommyJohn.com/lockedon. See site for details. And hey, Matt Dery here to tell you about our friends as Locked On Lions is presented to you by and is brought to you by BetterHelp. Give online therapy a try at BetterHelp.com/lockedon. All right, folks. All right, it's that time of year. You're turning the calendar to 2023. Maybe you need to talk to somebody. Maybe you're struggling a little bit and you're like, I don't want to look up local therapists. I don't even want to go to the office. I want this to kind of be my thing. Well, what you need to do is check out BetterHelp Therapy online. Whether or not you've been in therapy personally, you've ever tried it before, maybe you have, I'm telling you the place to go is BetterHelp. Therapists are trained to help you figure out the cause of challenging emotions and learning productive coping skills, which makes therapy the closest thing to a guided tour of the complex engine called you. BetterHelp has connected over 3 million people with licensed therapists. It's convenient, secure, and it's accessible anywhere 100% online. Everyone deserves to feel their best. That's why you check out what BetterHelp has to offer. Get unstuck with BetterHelp. No waiting rooms, no traffic, no endless searching for the right therapist. Go to BetterHelp.com/lockedon and you'll save 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/lockedon. Lions 20, Packers 16. They win at Lambeau. They knock the Packers out of the playoffs. Seattle is going instead. Lions finish in second place in the division, and they finish with a division record, the Lions division record of 5-1, better than, I didn't put my BetterHelp thing up here. They finished with a better record than the Vikings in the division. Minnesota won the division. Congratulations to the Vikings. They get to play the Giants this week. I'm rooting for the Giants. Lions finished at 5-1 in the division. Building something sustainable. Upward trajectory. 9-8, a winning record season. And I know what some other people are going to say. Yeah, the last time the Lions had a winning record, they fired their coach, Jim Caldwell. Oh, I get that. Absolutely. But there's a different feeling right now. There's a different feeling right now down at 222 Rodwood. I almost said Rotunda Drive. Rodwood Drive. There is. And give owner, can't believe I'm about to say this, give owner Sheila Ford Hamp credit. She said at 1-6, stay in the course. I like the direction of this outfit. Sheila, I salute you. Lions won tonight. Think about this. All right. They were trailing at halftime 9-6. They had 25 yards on the ground in the first half. Second half, they ran for 81. Jamal Williams was a monster, especially in the second half. 16 carries, 72 yards, 2 touchdowns. And if you watch the post-game interview on NBC, and I'm sure you can go on Twitter or social media and find it, it was the most unbelievable interview I think I've ever seen. All right, there have been some classics. Richard Sherman with Aaron Andrews. There have been some classics. None like this one. Melissa Stark turned to Jamal Williams, and he's crying. And he's like, my grandfather died, and I'm dedicating this to him, and he's bawling his eyes out, talking about his grandfather. Then he flips the switch and immediately says, Don't sleep on the Detroit Lions, all you haters out there. I don't even watch TV, but stop talking about us. It was unbelievable. Jamal Williams has to be re-signed. He has to be brought back. He is the heartbeat and pulse of this team. And he runs hard. And he runs people over. He's the embodiment of Dan Campbell football. Jared Goff wasn't great tonight, but you know what? He made the biggest throw of the game. Rolling left, throwing across his body deep to Khalif Raymond to set up the Jamal Williams touchdown to give him a third quarter lead. That was one hell of a throw. It really was. That was a great throw by Jared Goff, and he's a good leader. And if there's anybody that thinks that the Lions are drafting a quarterback at number 6 with the Rams pick, that's not happening. Jared Goff is going to be here. He's under contract. He made the big throws when he had to tonight. What about Amon-Ra St. Brown? When they need plays, he makes them, including a huge catch where he dropped the ball into his legs and his butt, and somehow he came up with the play. Clutch plays at the end of the game. Defense. They've got a special talent in Aiden Hutchinson. He's special. And it's not that he had 15 sacks this year and broke all these records. No, but he had 2 more sacks tonight. He finished the year with what? 9.5? But it's the versatility. It's how he reads plays in the passing game. It's about setting the edge in the running game. He was tremendous. Kirby Joseph. Guy picked Aaron Rodgers off twice again tonight. One of them had to be called back, but he did it again. Jerry Jacobs plays his ass off. And I'll tell you this. The Lions need another cornerback because I don't know what's going on with Jeff Okudah. He was scratched and deemed inactive due to an elbow injury, but he was questionable, which is interesting. Mike Hughes got hurt. And then when I saw number 24 on the field, they immediately went right at him. I'm like, oh, God. Please, God. No more passes in the direction of Emmanuel Ruarie, please. Playing his last game as a Lion. But the man that gets the first game ball for me tonight is Isaiah Buggs. You're asking a no-name defensive tackle who's been let go by a couple of organizations. He was dominant tonight. Isaiah Buggs had 7 tackles tonight from his D-line position. That's amazing. He was everywhere. Played a great game. Great game for Isaiah Buggs. He's getting a game ball from me tonight. He has to. Kirby Joseph's another one. Breaking up the long pass early in the game that would have been a touchdown to Aaron Jones. The interception. He's just a damn good center fielder. 5 solo tackles. Had the pick. Game ball for me for a Kirby Joseph. Game ball for Aiden Hutchinson. Heck, give them all game balls. Ben Johnson gets a game ball for that ballsy hook and ladder play. Holy hell. I know there's a lot of openings out there. I know the Denver Broncos probably want Sean Payton. I know Carolina's going to look at people. I know Houston is interested in some guys, Jonathan Gannon, among others. There's going to be some other openings. Who knows? Maybe the Rams part ways with Sean McVay. I'm just praying. I'm not even really a prayer person, but Ben Johnson, please stay. What he has brought to this offense and how creative they are and what he's done for Jared Goff's career is incredible. Jamal Williams was a backup running back in Green Bay. Kind of a no-name. Look what Ben Johnson has done for Jamal's career. What Ben Johnson has done for Jared Goff. For the tight ends and how they're utilized. How all those guys were unknown players. Zylstra, Brock Wright, Mitchell. I mean, you got to hope that they bring this staff back and it stays intact. What a win tonight for the Lions. 20-16 over the Packers. I'm probably forgetting stuff. Missing something. I don't know. Lions held the Packers to 103 rushing yards tonight. Lions had 104 themselves. But again, 81 of those came in the second half. It's a special group. Dan Campbell said it. Look, they didn't make the playoffs. They finished a game above 500. Now they got to go out next year, and they're going to be a target on their back. All right? People are going to pick the Lions to win the division next year. they're going to say, look out for Detroit. The Lions are not just going to get Hard Knocks Inc. But tonight, what they did to stem the tide, keep Rodgers off the field at the end, Goff to Chark to ice it, it was special. It was neat. It was really neat. This town has been stuck with some bad teams lately. And if you're a Michigan State fan, you couldn't enjoy the Michigan football run because you're not a Michigan, although those were Michigan fans. But you know what I mean? From a professional team standpoint, it's been rough around here lately. But the kings of this town are and will always be the NFL team, the Detroit Lions. And next year, get your tickets. Seriously. This is going to be exciting. So, whew. All right, there's the postcast for you. Lions win 20-16. Thanks so much for being with us all season. Can't do it without the listeners and the audience. I don't talk about myself. I'm not a big self-promoter. Hey, I got this many downloads. Hey, look at me. Hey, this. There are so many loser self-promoter media people in this town that are just constantly on Twitter looking for attention and tooting their own horn, and a lot of them are nobody cares. But you guys care about this show. I appreciate the nice comments, whether it's on Twitter, Facebook, the comments on YouTube. I really do appreciate it. I really do. We do a damn good show. And when I say we, I'm not talking about just me. It's the network, it's the audience, it's the listeners, it's all the guests we have. This is certainly not a one-man band on Locked On Lions. Not at all. I just want to bring good content every day and keep it real and keep it genuine. And this was so much fun. I was never quitting the show, by the way. I know many of you played along. I know I masked it well. But if they would have lost to Green Bay and gone to 1-7, I would have still been here. Because I like doing it. I like, this is fun for me. You know, I don't have a program director telling me you should lead with a certain thing. And I do. This is my show. This is our show. David Locke and the folks at Locked On, Ross Jackson, people that run the NFL side, they let me be me. This is great. I'm enjoying it, and I can't wait to be back tomorrow. So thanks to all of you. Tomorrow on the show, I'm gonna shout out some people that are real special that have been with us from the get-go when we started doing the show in 2016. The listeners. I was at Kirby's Coney Island on the 12 in Halstead the other day, and a guy walked out, and he said he loved the show. He walked by me, he waved, he said, love the show, he watches, he listens. Appreciate it. I appreciate all of you. So happy for Lions fans tonight and this morning if you're listening on Monday morning. So excited for you. You got a football team, man. This is real. It's real. It's exciting. So talk to you again tomorrow, everybody. Lions win.